Hello. Welcome to a very, very special episode of the Brandon Bishop Van Life on the Asai TV YouTube channel. Why is this so very special? Let me tell you why it's so very special. Because as soon as I get done dropping my mom off at the place where her husband is being cared for, we're going to talk. And at this point, it's not going to be a one-way conversation because I've been saving questions and comments and silliness from you, the viewers, coupled in with my podcast viewers as well, or listeners. So, just going to answer a bunch of questions. I think I have like a lot. So, let's do the little Living in a Freaking Van song real quick, and then we'll be right back. Living in a freaking van! Living in a freaking van! Okay, mom is dropped off. Let's talk. Now, I jotted the questions down into my phone, and I only got the names of certain people. Some people. And I'm going to Meyer again. So, we're going to be doing stuff while we're doing this. And anyways, I was reading the first question. I realized I didn't get the name of the person who asked. So, sorry about that. But you know who you are. And that question was, who is the most beautiful person you have ever met in person? I should have actually read these and thought of some answers to expedite the process here. I met Mila Jovovich. I'm hoping I'm saying Mila Jovovich in Detroit one time when her band was playing at the Ritz, and I was handling the monitors at that time. So, which means I was, the monitors on the speakers that they listen to. And I remember I looked up and she was there, and I had to ask, her and her band. Is there a band called the Divine Comedy or something like that? Or maybe that was the album. Anyway, I look up and I was just like, I didn't really know who it was. I heard of like Blue Lagoon or whatever it was called, movies and stuff like that. And she was just, her eyes were like glowing. This is years before Resident Evil and even Fifth Element and stuff like that. But she was just absolutely stunning. Like, just kind of like, I couldn't talk to her. I was just like, God. Just like next level, like hypnotism. It was basically like that. Hey, lady. And now that's the most beautiful person I've ever saw, and I'm sure she is. Anyway, no, Mila Jovovich, that's one of the few times in my life I was just stunned. There's a few that I know now. God, I mean, like Chantel Denga, I do Call to Adventure with. She's stunningly freaking beautiful. There's so many. I mean, my friend Laura, my friend Heather, my friend Aeon. I got so many beautiful friends. Dudes, too. Like, I think my friend Garrett's an amazing guy. I don't want to jerk him off, but I think he's an amazing looking guy. I've been backstage at WWE where everybody is beautiful. Asuka is just jaw-droppingly beautiful. I'm in love with Asuka. I always have been. But, you see Roman Reigns walk by and you're like, God. Like Stone Cold Steve Austin stood next to me with his hand on my shoulder when he was talking to us and like slapping me on the back. There's a story behind that. And I was looking at him going, damn, that's a good looking guy too. On TV, things are different. It's a different kind of level of like, oh, that's an attractive person. But in person, like everybody in WWE is just a fit athlete and just like Paige, come on. Stephanie McMahon, just unbelievable. Triple H, just beautiful. Everybody's beautiful. I'm trying to think of anything outside of wrestling. There's just so many beautiful people. So who's the most beautiful? I will say Mila Jovovich because I was young and I didn't know how to react. I just remember being taken aback, going, all I had to say, are the monitors good for you? And I think I got it out because I remember like nodding. This, that's good. And I was just, she was, let's put a picture of her right here. Mila Jovovich. Good God. All right. Rox wants to know ROX. She has two questions, actually, this one and the next one. What are my favorite YouTube shows? I'm looking for new things to watch. I would have to say Van City Van Life would always be my favorite YouTube show. He's kind of an inspiration to me. Got me into the whole thing, you know. I didn't even know you could really do that until I started watching Chrome and Cruisy Doggo, and even before that, Disco Doggo, and just the whole van and everything like that. So Van City Van Life. I love Kara and Nate for the same reasons. I have been watching Van Life Plus, but that guy just annoys the hell out of me. Stop laughing at your own jokes and cut down on the driving footage, please. But I still watch it. So anyways, Carpetbagger, of course, he's a pal. Man, I watch a lot of freaking YouTube. I watch a lot of wrestling stuff because that's just what I've been my whole life. There's more I'm leaving out. Things that I watch just about every day. Amy in a Van. It's another van lifer in Europe. AME in a Van. Another crush. I'll have to say I've never met her, but God, I would like to. She's like probably half my age, and that makes me sad. So I'll just leave it alone. Yeah, those are my YouTube shows. There's more though. Like, I still watch a little Mr. Ballin here and there. I like some of the creepy stuff. Grim Life Collective is cool. Daily Woo I don't really watch anymore, but it's good if you like to get out there. A lot of people can't travel, so they have to travel through their television and, you know, by proxy. And that's what I hope to start doing again myself. And we will be real soon. Hopefully. You never know what can happen. Okay, Rox also wanted to know, why did I change the name of Asai TV? Well, we did not change the name of Asai TV to Explore TV, even though I really wanted to. I was going to do that because Explore TV is what we do. We explore, we travel. Asai TV is really hard to explain to people. It's half the word of asylum, and people call it assy, and it pisses me off. Yeah, don't start calling it assy because it pisses me off now, dickheads. But it does. It's just very annoying to have to explain that all the time. So we were going to, but then I got with my lawyers and everything, and we did a lot of we dug a lot deeper. Explore was no longer available, even though there's no copyrights for it or no trademarks listed active. Still can't have it. So instead of going through all the crazy crap of rebranding everything, just pulled the plug, and we're sticking with Asai TV. It's my brand. I own that word, and so be it. So we didn't change the name, Rox. Sorry. But we may start a new network someday soon. Sean L wants to know, what is my next book going to be about? Hopefully you don't mean coloring books. I've done 22 coloring books. They sell. They're not making me a living by any means. So I'm gonna take a break from those and give my publisher Gary a break as well, because I destroyed him for like 2 months with these coloring books and other books. I have Billy Fred Whopper Goggles, which is a published book. I have Chicken Snake Chupacabra Cow, which is a published book. I have Go There Eat That, which is an amazing looking published book. I have Why the 80s Were Awesome / Awful. And I have Misophonia, the mental disorder that makes me want to hate you. All 5 of those are available on Amazon. I think most of them are available at Walmart.com, Books A Million, Barnes & Noble, all of that. So go buy them, please. And they're also in my link in the link tree. You'll see all that stuff. What's the next one about? It could be any number of things, to be honest with you. I've been writing an autobiography for 25 years, maybe longer. So I don't know if that'll ever get done. It's basically a manual to, you know, for anybody who cares about me, my kids, my family, my friends, and everything's going to be in that book. It's pretty in-depth. I'm almost afraid to release it anytime soon because there may be a little backlash from that. But anyway, yeah, I think that I'm always working on that. I want to write a book about Asylum Championship Wrestling, because we did that for 13 years, and there's a lot of awesome stories. I want to write a book about Asai TV, about launching an independent streaming television network. There's so many things, man. There's funny books like, you know, 100 Reasons Why You're an Asshole. I wrote that one and I didn't like it, so I would like to rewrite that one. I don't know. I don't know what the next one's going to be, but there will be a next one because it's fun. I love writing books. Okay, Sean M. would like to know, if you could film a TV show with anyone, who would it be, and what would that TV show be about? Well, Sean M. That's, I mean, there's so many. There's literally 1,000 people I can think of that I would love to film some kind of a fun travel show. Everything's from now on is going to be a travel show. That's just who I am. That's just what I do. That's what I want to do. And I have no idea where I parked. But I mean, if I could pick anybody, I would pick, Roger Waters. Going around doing humanitarian stuff. I would pick, I love the people I have now. I would pick Mel Brooks. Go around to different filming sites or something. I would pick, God, there's so damn many, man. I would do a full travel show behind the scenes of different rock bands and different comedians, different, even more pro wrestlers. We could do that for sure. That's if I could pick anyone, which I cannot. So I'm really happy with who I have. I know it's a cop-out answer, but it's a very true one. Yeah, there's so many. Asuka. I would pick Asuka. We just go around to romantic places around the country and around the world. She's from Japan, so it would be called Asuka and Brandon. Love on the road. That's my answer. So to pick up online orders, you have to go all the way around to the back of Meijer's. There's nothing back here. She told me I had to go around to the back of the store. Do you see anything back here? Never pick up stuff from Meijer again. This is where you're supposed to pick it up. You're supposed to know this. There's no signs. Oh, I guess there's signs over there. I did not see those signs, and they're very well hidden behind all of this construction. Yeah, this is dumb. Anyways, KK wants to know, how do you get sponsors for your podcast and YouTube show? You reach out. You call people. Simple as that. You email them, you message them, and then you message them again. Then you may get somebody like Jackery who will say yes, and then they'll send you a piece of crap unit, and then you'll never hear from them again. That's a very pain in the ass, but call them. Instagram, Facebook, whatever it is. Call, email, and be relentless. Don't take no for an answer. If they say no, keep asking and change the deal, whatever. It's not as hard as it seems, and it's not as easy as it seems. So you're going to get no 10 times before you get a yes. Simple as that, KK. Thank goodness Chick-fil-A is closed on Sundays, because I could devour some Chick-fil-A. And thank goodness there's a huge line at White Castle, because same reason. Funny enough, Rick wants to know, how is van life? Where are you right now? Ha! You have not been watching. Look at this asshole. You have not been watching the show, have you, Rick? No, you haven't. Because I've been stuck in Michigan. I won't say stuck, because that's a little bit of a rude term. I have been in Michigan taking care of the folks through all this cancer stuff since 9 months. It's been 9 months. So that is how van life is going. I got a little escape to Mackinac Island. That was great. A little escape to Tennessee back in November. That was great. Other than that, I've been here and just exploring Michigan and getting ready for the next stage of van life, which will be, we may be gone all of August, depending on the situation here. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know what's happening now. I don't know anything. And I hate living like that. I like living under a question mark. I think that's great to not really know, but you got to have a loose plan, you know? You have to have a direction. But you know, everything else is in control of my fate right now, and I hate that. So right now, van life is not even van life. It's living with my mom. At 50 years old, I'm living with my mom. And that's been great. You just never know which curveball life is going to throw you, you know? So, but I love van life. It's best. Oh my God, look at that guy. He's ready. That's right. You stretch them quads, baby. Woohoo. All right. Jess wants to know, or she's making a statement, actually. Thank you for writing the book about misophonia. I didn't even know what that was. I also suffer from it. What do you do when things get really bad? Jess, I am still working on that in so many ways. And it's not just, it's turning into almost like an anger issue at this point. I'm not an angry guy. It takes a lot to get me there, but I can't stand being prodded. All the little things seem to just add up. And that drives me nuts. Maybe you can relate. I don't yell and scream. It takes a lot of things to build up to get me to that point. But I just have to, it's a fight or flight deal. You know, you got to fight it or you got to flight. You got to run from it. And a lot of times I just have to, I'll just be like, all right. This is not a good situation. I'm leaving now. And that happens probably more than I would like to admit. Fighting it is never a good idea because it's not really their fault. It's not their fault they chew loud and they lisp and it's not their fault. It's just not. It's my fault for having this condition. It's not even my fault, but it's me that's making it happen. How do I explain this? I don't know. Anyway, when it gets real bad, I would say leave the situation before you make it worse because I make things worse all the time. Let's see what we got. My old friend Rod wants to know, yes, I call you Rod, as I always have, wants to know when I'm opening up another wrestling school. He claims that he learned more from me in 1 week. Is that all you trained with us for was for a week? Than he had with anybody else that he attempted to train with. Okay, and I'm trying to remember these questions because they're on the phone. Hey, birds. Probably never. My wrestling days were gone, man. Training beat me up more than the actual shows did because you're just bumping for hours and hours and hours. So probably never. And I don't know if I'll ever run another wrestling company or honestly, outside of film and TV shows with wrestlers, have anything much to do with wrestling whatsoever ever again. I had a blast training with Mike Bennett, doing seminars across the country a couple years back. That was so much fun. That was really a good time. And I would do that all day if asked. I can cut a promo. I can teach people to cut promos better than anybody. I can run drills. I can come up with scenarios, and I can bring emotion to your game as good as anybody I've ever seen. I'm just saying that because it's true. But probably never have my own Brandon Bishop School of Wrestling. And if you're wondering what I got from Amazon, Rod, big, girthy rod, these things, these magnets for phones to charge on, I love them. I never thought I would like them. But I do. We have them everywhere now, and I want these for the van because my little trip to Mackinac, they worked great. I didn't write down a name for this question, but they said, I thought you were going to run for president this year. I say stupid shit all the time. What do you, really? I'm going to run for president? I think it costs like $5,000 to run for president. I could do that. And it'd be a nice little, oh, sorry, birds. Jeez. By the way, I whacked down all of this stuff. I got a lot of whacking left to do. I whacked down all of this stuff. Basically all of that out there, these boats, all that stuff came from right over around this area. The roses are a-bloomin'. I don't need to buy roses for anybody. I can just snip. There's a plane up there somewhere. A bird. Lots of noise. I swear it's like New York City here. Between lawnmowers and leaf blowers and planes and birds and neighbors, and it's so noisy. Misophonia. You can call me a whiny little bitch if you want to, but misophonia is a son of a bitch and I hate it. And I got to deal with it. So anyways, am I going to run for president? Not unless something happens. I would love to debate Donald Trump. Are you kidding me? I would slaughter that man. I would like to debate Joe Biden. I would run circles around him either. But it's not going to happen anytime soon. What am I going to do? Run as a Democrat? Definitely not a Republican. What am I going to do? Run as a Libertarian? Those guys are wackos. No offense, Vinny. I don't see it. I just don't see me putting the time into something like that for a job that I really God, birds, shut up. That I really don't want. So, all hail the chief. Not me. Robbie B wants to know if I could wrestle 3 people that are active right now. Who would they be? Oh, Robbie B. You? No, I think, have we ever wrestled? I don't think so. We've been around each other a million times. I don't think we actually just had a one-on-one. Anyway, I know he's a friend, but I think Mike Bennett is probably pound for pound as good as anybody on any roster. I guess they're at least using him in AEW. He's getting. I watch his segments. I watch my friends. I would love to wrestle Mike. He would just push me to levels I never knew I could get to, and make me look good, which would be pretty hard to do at this point. Who else? Asuka. Just give me a 60-minute Broadway with her. And I don't mean to be that way. Everyone's allowed a celebrity crush, okay? Personally, I think she's probably pound for pound, again, one of the best wrestlers alive ever. And that makes me like her more. I like her. Ask Asuka, I like you. You want to go get tacos? Someday. Look, I know I'm old and chubby, okay? A boy can dream. Who else? William Regal. He's not active anymore, but I like just funny. Like at this point, funny wrestling is fun. Just being a goofball. I'm not gonna go out there and win a trophy for match of the night, but I will win a trophy like I always have for most memorable segment of the night. Just giving people their money's worth. There's so many good wrestlers now. There's so many. Daniel Bryan, oh my God. Like in ring, yes. I just want to go out there and have some fun. Put me in a battle royal. That's fine. I like this one. This is from somebody named Bill. Before I say anything about Bill, sometimes I don't get a whole lot of like negative comments. I think it's great when I do, because that means they're watching. Especially if they're going to watch for a response to their stupid comment. Like, is that your whole life? Do you just go around to different YouTube shows and Facebook pages or online, social media, whatever, and just find something negative and just, I gotta say something? I think I used to do that like when social media was new. I was kind of a douche where I'd see something and be like, oh, this is good, but I grew up. You probably haven't yet. So the question he asked was, do you do a podcast, a TV show, and a YouTube show, I'm trying to remember this verbatim, just to hear yourself talk? Because nobody watches your YouTube show. I've explained 1,000 times why I do this YouTube thing. It's documenting crazy life. It's documenting a crazy life. I actually, unlike you, Bill, have an amazing life. Even just being here, I do more in a day than you do probably in 6 weeks. And I'm very proud of being able to pay my own bills and do all the stuff that I do just with my mental prowess and my abilities as a human being. I think that's something I deserve a little pat on the back from myself. And, you know, part of it is just to hear myself talk. I don't have a whole lot of friends. I don't have a wife. I don't have a girlfriend. I have a mom. And that's really the only person I talk to. And I got a lot of friends, but you know, a lot of it's just occasional texting and things like that. And it is what it is. There are people I talk to every day. And I do this for therapy, because I don't want to go out there and give some therapist all my money for the same thing I'm doing with this. So I like to share. Jim Morrison once said, do you have a movie they could base, screwed that up, do you have a life they could base a movie on? And I think I do, but I don't know if anybody's going to make this movie, because I'm not Jim Morrison. So, so yeah, a little bit. It's therapy, it's routine, it's documenting, it's scrapbooking, it's sharing for those who can't travel. I get thank yous all the time saying, thank you for showing me this place. I can never get there, but at least I can do it through you. I get things all the time saying, wow, thanks for the recommendation of this place or this restaurant or this roadside attraction. I never knew it was there and it's in my town. And I get that stuff all the time, and that's great. I think it is. But this is for me and my family and my friends is what this is for. The TV network, you're wrong. People watch it. The podcast, I get 1,000 listens every time I do one. It was up to 2,000 there for a while. And, it's just, you're just a dick. So I don't really have time for you. So, speaking of stupid people, this is from The Goat. Not the guy who did my tattoos. That's a different guy. This guy's just calling himself The Goat on YouTube because... And by the way, if you're looking for these comments, I don't let negativity post. I just get rid of it. But I'll reply to this because it's funny to me. Because, how did it go? Can you finally admit that you're wrong about Biden and he's a terrible criminal president? Trump 2024. Here's the thing that you people don't understand. And intelligent people, and I'm one of them, we're astounded by the whole Trump thing. We don't really get it. People that have a life, there's two people that are Trumpians. The silent, rich people, and they're not very vocal about it. And then the loud people that have nothing going on. You may think, oh, I got a great job. I make $25 an hour. I make $30, whatever. That's all you have. You go out on a boat every other weekend, or maybe once a month. You take the family to Disney World. Awesome. That's a good life. You should be proud. But that's it. You don't have anything else. You don't care about anything else. Your inner circle is small. Your depth is very shallow. You don't get it. That there's more people out there besides you. You don't understand idiocracy because you're part of it. Okay, let's have some more lighthearted stuff. Jack wants to know, do you watch AEW? I think I already covered that. I watch it when my friends are on there. Willow's my kind of a friend still. I know her. Deanna was... Here's the thing, man. They book a lot of my friends, but they don't really do anything with them. Like I said, Mike's on there. There's a bunch of them. No, I don't really watch it though. I don't really. I don't. I like storyline wrestling. I like stories. I love the soap opera that wrestling is. They don't do that very well. He also wanted to know. Jack wanted to know. What would you call? Geez, these birds are crazy out this window. What would you call this new era in WWE? They're calling it the Triple H era. I think that's kind of something that, like, Attitude Era, Ruthless Aggression era, I think that's kind of something that just has to be organic. You can't force something. You can't just say, it's going to be the Triple H era. That's not going to work. So you have to just kind of wait for something to pop up. And usually that kind of pops up afterwards. They didn't call it the Attitude Era till like about 10-15 years later. It said Attitude on the opening credits, but they didn't call it the Attitude Era. And we're living in the Attitude Era. That was never said. So maybe it will be the Triple H era. I don't know. All I know is that it's a hell of a lot better than it was before. So good job. Keep doing stuff. My old buddy Brian wants to know, when was the last time you saw Dave Lukasik, and what do you think he would think of the new One-Eyed Buffalo album, 21 Years? I elongated that question because I wanted to add the name of the band and the album. The last time I saw him was about 6 months before he passed away. I went down to Lawton, and we just did our things, man. We recorded the song Just Love Me. May have been 7 or 8 months. I kept making plans to go back, but they kept getting screwed by different things. And that hurts a lot, knowing what I know now. Dave passed away 3.5 years ago. I'm sick of saying it. And he was my best friend. So I know there's been a million times on this, on my podcast, on everything I do that I've gotten emotional about Dave. And I always will, because he should be here. When I couldn't go to his funeral. So when I finally visited his tombstone on Fort Sill, it just, it didn't make sense. It didn't make any damn sense at all. Freaking birds are just nuts. We fill these things with suet pellets, and then they're gone in like 2 days. So I think we're going to go out maybe once every week or so, and that's all they're going to get. Anyways, Dave, what do I think he would have thought of this new album? I know he liked it. I sent him, probably 3 or 4 months before he passed, I sent him every song, a rough cut of it. The only one that made the album from that rough cut was the Cocoa Beach song, which is one of my favorite songs, and he said he loved it. He said he loved everything. He never got to hear Living in a Freaking Van, but that's a song that he wrote and played and sent to me. The very last song on the album was one that he sang sitting on his porch with his guitar in the rain. I just miss him. I'm bummed that we're never going to write a song together again, even though I still have about 10 songs of music that I can put stuff over. I think he would really like the album cover. I think he would get the name because we were friends for 21 years. If he was still alive, which he should be, I think we would have probably named it something else. I think he would have liked it, Brian. I think it would have been better. I think the whole album would have been better if we recorded at his house, like we always had. I think, oh my God, these birds are fighting. Those two are just biting each other and beaking each other. Anyway, Dave was a much, much better engineer, much better at mastering, recording, way better than I was. And there's a couple songs like I'll Sing For You, which is unfortunately one of the first songs. I'm just not happy with it. And he would not have been happy with it. And I said this all along. I needed him next to me saying, oh man, you could do better than that. That's exactly how he talked. Oh man, come on. And I'd be like, oh, okay, Dave, I'll do it. And he brought the best out in me, more so than anyone ever has. And shit, man, I miss that guy. It was just me and him writing these songs and putting these albums out. And we would have had 2 or 3 more. I know we would have. The guy was a music making machine. He was close to retirement age. I would have been down there. I traveled now. I was having financial issues and all kinds of shit back then. And I would have had way more opportunities. So I probably would have stayed with him for months. You know what I mean? And just, God, I miss him. I freaking miss him. And I hate all this shit. So thank you for the question, Brian. I miss you too, man. A couple people asked how my stepdad is doing. This is not beer. This is cream soda for him, actually, that we forgot to take today. He's not good. When you got stage 4 lung and brain and cancer, coming off of bladder cancer, he's had several heart attacks. He eats nothing but sugar, if anything. He's at the door, and I hate to admit that. It sucks because he's a great guy, and I've said this 1,000 times. He's a wonderful, wonderful man. Brilliant, hardworking, independent, stubborn, funny, dry humor, funny, awesome human being. And I'm not saying that because he's sick. I said that before he got sick. I love this guy for just being with my mom and loving her. And I'll never be able to thank him enough for that. I have, but it still doesn't scratch the surface of how I feel, the gratitude I feel for him. Anyway, he's in a home, a very expensive one. The place that he's at right now is a shithole. $8,500 a month. $8,500 a month. So my mom and him built and I've said this in past episodes, they built a nest egg, they built savings, they built a retirement for themselves. And it's going to go bye-bye. Because the medical system in this country is shit. It's a profit scheme, and it shouldn't be a profit scheme. It should be a health and welfare scheme. Not even a scheme. That's what it should be. It should be to help people. You pay insurance your whole freaking life. He's got 2 of the top insurances, and they won't freaking cover him anymore. Tell me how that makes sense. He worked his whole freaking life. He did everything right. And he's getting Don't take anything for granted. I can do this. You know who can't? Somebody missing an arm. I can do this. You know who can't? My stepdad. And it sucks. It does. It really sucks. He deserves better than what he's getting right now. My mom deserves better. Hell, I deserve better. Everybody in this situation deserves better. The only person that doesn't, and only people and companies that do not deserve better are the insurance companies and this whole medical industry and the senior care system. Brandon, who are the best people you know and why? The best person I know right now is my mom. Easy answer. She has stood by her man through all of this. There was a time when he would be on that couch in that room and she would be in this chair. She spent almost a year sitting by him, not leaving the house, not doing anything unless, not sleeping very well because he snores like a freaking freight train. And getting up and going to the bathroom and constantly and walking him. I had no idea how bad it was until I got here. And I was overwhelmed. At first until we got into a roll of it, but then it got too bad. And my mom is there right now with her man, you know what I mean? And this is look how beautiful they look. And now she's at the brink of anxiety and just stressed out, and I'm worried about her. And it's just none of it's fair. Either one of them. None of it's fair. And I get that. Life isn't fair. Life sucks. But he should be here. She should be here. They should be living their lives in their twilight with their big nest egg and, you know, doing all their stuff. And all we have is hats. University of Michigan. And that is their cats. You can buy this shirt if you want to on Human Shirt Company in the link tree, in the description, whatever. You can have that if you want it, but I made it for him. How do you feel about being on a shirt, huh? Oh, a little wink, okay. How do you feel about being on a shirt, sleepyhead? Leave me alone. Oh, another wink. Okay, good. We're good. Thought I would come out here to this hot van, holy crap, to answer the last two questions. Cece wants to know, how are my Jackery power units handling all of, I think that's what they said. How are my Jackery power, how are my Jackery batteries, thank you, handling all, I can't remember exactly how she asked, handling all of my power needs. They do and they don't. The units that Jackery gave me are, I don't know if they just gave me some bottom of the barrel broken units, but I love Jackery. These guys right here, I had these and only 2 of these for the first 6 months of my, even maybe longer, of my van lifing, and these were good enough. They died real quick, but the van would charge them back up, and they still work, and they're wonderful. That's why I have them sitting right here in the front. I have 2 units in the back. Hang on. 2 units in the back underneath. They're back there. Just trust me. You see them, the orange back there. I have 2 units back there that don't charge with the van. They don't charge with solar panels. They only charge when you plug them into a house outlet or a business outlet, a power outlet. And that sucks. Because they die. It's like anything. I got a fridge running on one. I've got, phones and cameras and everything running on those guys. Actually, I saved my phones for the ones up here because they can recharge real well. And the USBs in this van are shit. They don't work at anything. It'll take you 2 days to charge up a phone. They're really bad, and I don't know why. I wish I could fix those. I just put a brand new battery in this thing, so hopefully it starts. Cool. New battery's awesome. I need gas. Jackery's wonderful. And if they would answer their emails and phones, they would be even more wonderful. Okay, and finally, I forgot who asked this question, but you'll know who you are. What are the top 5 things you need for van life? I guess to be successful in van life. Top 5 things you need to be a van lifer would be a van. There's 1. Power. There's 2. I don't think you need a refrigerator, but I'm going to say a refrigerator because so many reasons. It'll just save you from eating out all the time. Unless that's why you do van life. So there's bugs all over this box. That's just terrible. Little red, ugly, scary bugs. Okay, let's not lean on the trash can. Power, a van, organization, a bed. I'm just trying to get the simple stuff out of the way. Definitely a bed. Running water is great. I have that 5-gallon pump in there. A nest egg. What I mean is a little bit of savings to make sure you're not stranded out in the middle of nowhere without a pot to piss in. That would be terrible. A plan. I've gone over this in other videos, but safety. I have every possible weapon you can imagine in that van, okay? I'm not bragging. I'm not a gun guy, but I tell you what, that's not me farting. That's literally just... Okay, maybe it was me farting. What are you going to do about it? Sorry. Yeah, safety, weapons. Just have money in the bank, you know, and have a plan. Of course, you're going to need things like beds and power and fridges and all that stuff. That's all fun stuff. So yeah, I'm going to let you go now. Let you go? I hate it when people say that. I'm pissed off right now because I just talked for like 10 minutes to end this video and it did not record. I don't remember what I said. There was some good stuff in there. But anyways, thank you for being a part of this little questionnaire filler episode. I am in the next video going to be hitched up to a trailer with my van, a big trailer, and heading to Colorado Springs to get my stuff out of storage. Remember my stuff in storage in the big green extra space storage unit that I pay $180 a month for? God, everybody's just gouging the shit out of us, aren't they? I'm still paying that a year and a half later, and started off at $99. That was nice. Oh, you're a veteran. We're going to give you a good thing here. Okay, thanks. And then a year later, I'm paying $181 a month for a metal box to put my shit in. Anyways, I'm going to get rid of half that stuff. I'm probably going to film a video a day while I'm gone, so that'll be like 8 to 10 days. We got the trip there. We got the trip back. We got a lot of stuff to do while we're there. A lot of friends. I got to film a fashion show. I'm going to get rid of half my stuff. I'm going to... yeah, man, there's a lot of shit coming your way. But I wanted to do this little thing to get these questions out of the way. And thank you for asking them, most of you. So, yeah, like and subscribe. Go to the link tree, which is in the description. Buy all the stuff. Asai TV, Human Shirt Company, coloring books, published books, records. Records? Did I say records? My albums that I've released. There's all kinds of happy stuff there, man. I probably left out 10 things, but anyways. Thanks for watching. I will see you next Monday when we hit the road to Colorado Springs. It's going to be bittersweet. There's a bird looking at me.